What is up, everybody? Alex here, Jackwagon Garage. Been a minute since I uploaded. Not even sure when this will come out. I'll try to get it done, edited kind of quickly and uploaded because, like I said, been a while since I have uploaded anything. Really haven't done much. Integra is pretty much the way it is since last video I uploaded. My 92 Civic hatchback that I've uploaded about, I actually ended up selling that because I ended up getting a truck. Chevy truck that I was driving around pretty much daily because I wanted to be able to, have the ability, having the Civic and having an Integra, I wasn't able to actually haul anything. If I needed to go pick something up from the, like a hardware store or an electronics store, if we need a TV or an appliance or something, I had no way of doing that. I had to borrow something from somebody else. It's kind of getting old. That and the Civic and the Integra are both kind of hard to get kids in. I've got 2 kids with car seats. So any of you have kids know about that. Not exactly the most ideal family vehicles. So I ended up getting a Chevy truck. I've had that for a couple months, but I'm actually probably getting ready to sell that now because I got a new daily. Getting back into the full Honda game. Got here on the lift a 2000 Honda CR-V 5-speed manual all-wheel drive. Ended up picking this up from a customer who needed a bunch of work, and we gave an estimate to him. He didn't feel like he wanted to put the money into it, so I ended up telling him, hey, I'll buy it from you if you want. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'm willing to sell it. So here we are with it. Now, this is not the beginnings of the work that needs done to the CR-V, because I've actually done a lot already. Kind of just didn't feel like recording / half forgot to record anything. So I'm gonna kind of try to go through quickly what I've done to it so far, what I'm going to be doing today, and get you guys caught up on it. All right, so first things first, we'll kind of start from the front end, I think, work our way back. I have almost left essentially nothing untouched on this. I mean, when I say this thing needed a lot of work, I'm not joking. That's not even a little sarcastic. Got brand new lower ball joints, both sides, brand new lower control arms, both sides, brand new front end links, both sides, brand new upper adjustable control arms, both sides. And these are the Trueheart lifted control arms, because I don't know if you can see it there, but there is a spacer. That was not on the vehicle when I bought it, but it did come with the vehicle. So I went ahead and put those on. So it is lifted in the front. So that's why I got the control arms for our lifted application. This passenger side has a new axle. Driver side was fine, so it did not replace it. It already had Moog outer tie rods. I did have to replace the inner tie rod on the driver's side. Inner tie rod on the passenger side was fine, so I didn't do it. Probably still will eventually, but just didn't have time right now. I did all brand new serpentine belts on it. It has a brand new Tommy belt water pump. It has new oil pump seals, new oil pan gasket seal, new exhaust manifold seals. The motor is still kind of dirty. Did have quite a few oil leaks. I just haven't cleaned the motor off yet, but I have fixed all the leaks. I did have to do a new cam plug on the motor, new distributor O-ring. I did a full tune-up, distributor, rotor, distributor cap. I actually ended up not doing spark plug wires because I already had some pretty nice NGK spark plug wires. Just have brand new NGK spark plugs in it though. As you can see, it does have a slightly larger all-terrain tire, a General Grabber ATX on some Motegi. I forget the actual model name, but these are Motegi wheels, 15x7s. I think they're 15 offset if I remember correctly from looking at the, it's stamped in the back side of one of the spokes. The brakes were all fine on this thing, so I haven't touched those. But basically the entire front suspension is all brand new. Does still have stock header. I ended up welding in. Sorry, my welds look like crap. I assure you I can weld better than this. I just was having problems getting a good ground because there's so much rust on the exhaust. I could have cleaned it off and then done a better job, but I kind of was trying to just knock it out kind of quickly. So I had a kind of a poor ground, which kind of gave me poor welds. But I ended up adding a muffler here. Still has a stock resonator, because so I chopped off the exhaust here, as you can see, because the exhaust used to come out under the drive shaft and out the passenger side, which to me, that seems kind of very inefficient in the sense of ground clearance. You know, I'm trying to lift this thing and maybe take it on some light trailing and stuff. And it kills ground clearance because it comes under the drive shaft. So what I'm gonna do is take the exhaust from here, come straight down. I think I'm gonna 90 it right behind this fuel tank, out next to the fuel tank, up over this axle, and then out the driver's side. So that way I can hopefully maintain a little more ground clearance rather than it coming out and dipping under that drive shaft like it used to. That's pretty much everything I've done to it so far. I do need, this is everything I'm gonna be doing today, changing the rear differential fluid with some Honda dual pump 2 fluid for it. Upper control arms for the rear. These are the same as the fronts in the sense of they're the Trueheart control arms that are adjustable for lifted applications. Got the trailing arm spacers from HRG Off-Road. Got some hub-centric rings and new trailing arm bushings. All right, guys, kind of just want to go through a quick rundown of, you know, I just showed you all the parts I had getting ready to install. Things did not go nearly even remotely close to planned, so we got a lot less done than expected. Basically just got one side of the rear suspension done. I was trying to do both sides, and you can kind of see that this one is hanging lower than that one, and that's because, like I said, just got one side done. This bolt did not break, but this bolt broke, this bolt broke, that bolt broke, and that bolt broke. And the trailing arm bushing was not wanting to go back in the trailing arm, the new one, so was quite the job of getting that trailing arm bushing in. But finally got a new trailing arm bushing in. As you can see, we got that trailing arm spacer kit on there as well. End up having to put a new bolt in the toe arm here, and it's not really the right one. It's too long, but it worked well enough to get it out. I did end up just ordering new toe arms. I didn't have any, but I ordered some, and they're here. I gotta put them in. I got the Trueheart front upper control arms and the Trueheart rear upper control arms. As you can see, we got those installed as well. So I went ahead and just bought the Trueheart toe arms as well. We'll get those both installed when we do this other half of the suspension. But yeah, so basically new trailing arm bushings in, trailing arm spacers are in, upper control arms are in, and our strut spacers are in. And then that's pretty much all we did in the rear. Still have stock sway bar end links, which I actually think I'm going to remove the sway bar end links, most likely, you know, for more flex off-roading. And this is a pretty small sway bar, so I doubt it's really doing all that much for me on the road, really. Not like I'm trying to go flying through corners in this thing or anything. So I think I'll probably remove those rear sway bar end links. I did forget to put a bolt back there, just a little bracket with a bolt. I have that, I just got to put that back. But yeah, so really just got to get this other side done. As you can see, it still has a stock control arm up there and a old wore out trailing arm bushing in there. Also didn't have time to get back to this brace that goes from the body up there to the body back here. There is a spacer that goes on this back bolt. So as you can see, this bracket's gone because we didn't have time to get it reinstalled and get that spacer put in right up there. But there's a spacer for that bracket there. Yeah, so we just got that one side done. Like I said, got to do the other side sometime soon here, and then basically the rear suspension will be done. Just have to align it, make sure my camber and toe is all in spec, and that's pretty much it. This is a stock rear differential. I pretty soon here eventually want to put a newer CRV differential in, like 06 to 11 or 7 to 11 or whatever, or better. They lock up sooner and quicker. So I'll probably end up putting a newer CRV rear diff in here, pretty much plug and play, with the exception of just having to reuse the upper and rear brackets from this vehicle. You just have to reuse your first gen brackets. Right now I'm just replacing the rear motor mount because it's broken. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think I pretty much got the whole rundown of what we did in the front and basically what we did in the rear and all the parts I've replaced and stuff. So I'm gonna get that other rear side done, and then we'll this thing should be ready for alignment, and then we can take it off road, see what she's capable of. And that, boys and girls, is what a rear broken engine mount looks like.